I want you to imagine your dream woman, okay? The one that is f***ing perfect for you. How she looks, how she talks, what she wears, her scent, how understanding and loving she is, and encourages you to go and push even further. Now we're talking about a keeper here. She even goes to the gym with you with the program you made for her, and she loves seeing you grind at the gym and put in the hard work. You visit places, you travel, you go on adventures, you take her on rides with your fast car that you work very hard for. Plus, to top it all off, she has your ideal body type. Hard to find, man. The potential is f***ing limitless, bro. So now, we take a break and come back to reality. What happened, bro? What the f*** happened? Why don't you already have that in your life? Why don't you have something so life-changing and essential right now? What you have to understand is that women, they are natural selection's embodiment and symbol. And what the f*** do I mean by that? Just like how a finish line does not care what you do to get there, as long as you cross it and you're the first one to do so. Women are the same. They do not care what a man does or goes through on the daily basis to get to her. The mental battles she fights, the race and the marathons he runs to get to the end point, the obstacles he faces along the way, the hardships, the cold winter days where it's hard to leave the comfortable bed that is warm and fuzzy, or the hot summer f***ing days where a workout is more of a mental battle than a physical, and you're drenched from all the sweat and your shirt sticks on you like a magnet. So where does this lead? In the end, you have to overcome those hardships and push through in order for you to reach the finish line. Because if you don't, another man is going to suffer in your place and take everything you ever wanted. The fast car that you didn't work for in this case, the beautiful women that you gave to another man. You gave her because you were too lazy to do what must have been done at the moment. So what you have to understand is that she's simply waiting there for the qualified man to go and reap the rewards. She doesn't care if you are the winner of the race. As long as there is a winner, she will go to him. She has no interest in you or your excuses on why you can't make it. Do you think success is waiting there thinking, oh yes, he has a great excuse? No, bro. The world moves on. It will not wait for you. Neither the fact that it's too hard or almost impossible in your situation because of X factor or X situation you're in, and the fact that you're not motivated or too tired. You have to find a way to her. And if you don't, nobody cares. Why? Because another guy does care and will go through the suffering to get to her. Same goes for cold approaching a pickup game. If you don't go and approach her, guess what, buddy? Another guy will. Yes, he will take your place. He will steal your woman. He will go and ask her out. She's not gonna wait for you, bro. You have to persevere. You have to power through. There's no other choice, man. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is natural selection at its finest. A loser that cannot decide what's best for him, that wastes his time on momentary pleasures like food, gambling, cigarettes, alcohol, you name it, bro. And that obsesses over women and acts like a child? A guy like that will never win the race. And people don't want to admit it's a race. And partly because if you admit it, that means you have to do something and take responsibility for it. And that leads you to avoiding it because it's too difficult to do. So you choose to ignore it and bury it deep in your subconscious. So let me have the honor of being the guy who brings the shovel and digs it out of your subconscious again. Let's think about the first race you won. Was it in elementary school? Was it on your first track and field session? Was it with your car? No, bro. Think again. It was on your way to being born, bro. You competed to be the one that survives. And as cruel as that is, newsflash, that's world for you. It's the truth. It's cruel out here, man. From the ancient world till the modern one, we competed in all sorts of things. From wars to conquer land, to soldiers defending the land. From wars competing for resources, to wars competing for women. Enter Helen of Troy, thought to be the most beautiful woman in ancient Greek history, and wife of Menelaus, the king of Sparta, where a literal war was fought over her when the Prince of Troy abducted her and set the start of the Trojan War, the longest war in ancient times. It was a 10-year-long war. As you can see, this goes further than you. It's a law of universe that cannot be escaped. We as men are built to compete with each other. It's either compete or live to be conquered by someone else. So, do you have a chance at winning this race? If not, how can we be less like the loser and more like the winner? What are the characteristics of a winner? Let's take for example one of the biggest men in history, Alexander the Great. First thing, be a great leader that is responsible for everything and everyone. In his case, it was soldiers on the battlefield, encouraging them and moving their spirits and their hearts in times of war. Now, in our case, we don't need to be Alexander. Can we at least be 1/100th of him? Can we be responsible for the things we can be, like our money, our time, our duties? Women have so much respect for you if you can master the art of leadership. So let that sink in a bit. Second characteristic, discipline. Now, discipline is what differentiates a man from a child. It's the rare art of doing what you have to do and not what you feel like doing. So imagine this scenario. You're Alexander the Great, okay? And you say to your men, I don't want to go to war. I don't want to go conquer. I'm too tired. You can go without me, guys. Too tired? Your men would simply laugh at you and lose all respect for you. Every ounce of respect they had for you, they will fucking lose it. The same scenario goes for the women of your dreams. You cannot be the type of guy that cannot go to the gym and have some discipline. She will lose all respect for you. You have to cultivate discipline and do what must be done, regardless of your emotional state. Third characteristic is stress tolerance. Let's imagine a scenario where Alexander is fighting the Persian Empire. And while he's fighting the Persians, he says, I'm done. Fuck this shit. It's too stressful, all this conquest. I wanna go home and watch Netflix and chill with my imaginary girlfriend. Bro, it's almost laughable even saying that. And Alexander, I'm so sorry for that. Your bones are probably shaking right now. Fourth characteristic is emotional management. I cannot stress this enough, man. Being capable of controlling your emotions and urges is a superpower. So I want you to imagine this. Alexander is walking on a village with a hood on because he does not want his enemies to detect him. And then out of nowhere, a shithead with a lot of pent-up nerve because his girl ain't f***ing him comes to Alexander and throws some water on him. So what do you think a man of high status like Alexander does? Now, before I say that, let me say what a man of low status does. He gets thrown the water and immediately starts acting all emotional, shouting and screaming at him, I will do this, I will do that, blah blah blah. Loser, man. This is the NPC behavior you have to avoid at all cost. Now let's see what a high status man does like Alexander. He gets thrown the water, okay? Now with a peaceful state of a stoic mind, he breathes in and forgives the man without falling down on the depths of his low intellect. And when he goes back to his men to reunite with them, he has a laugh about it and lets it go, because some fights are just not worth fighting. Hatred is a dangerous weapon. While it can hurt the other person, it hurts you more in the long run. It's like a burning stone. Yes, you can do damage to the other person, but you will get burned while you're aiming at him. Never let your emotions take over you. You have to be stoic, you have to be calm, collected. So who do you think your dream woman would pick? Someone like Alexander or someone like Ephialtes who betrayed the Spartans because of his own weakness? Now let me save it. You don't need to say. We already know who she would pick. And that is the exact same guy I would pick for my team. A guy that has code of honor and doesn't waver in the face of adversity. Not a guy that when the doubters come, he just switches up, or when things get hard, he says, oh, I'm done. And a guy who keeps his word and has a strong set of values and that is patient and not scared of talking to women. Just imagine being Alexander the Great, fighting wars and then being scared to talk to a woman. But that doesn't happen, does it? Do you know why? Because Alexander fought countless battles and faced his fears head on. So why would he be scared of a woman? What can she possibly do to him? Say no? Okay, so what? Is he gonna fall to the ground and start crying? No, because he's stoic and he controls his emotions. So why are you not grinding to get there? Are you satisfied with the state you're on right now? Are you satisfied with your sexual life and your relationships? If so, why did you click on this video and kept watching for however long this is? You clearly resonate with this message. You have a finite amount of time in this planet, so why are you not chasing your dreams exactly? You prefer to grow old and have unfulfilled dreams and regrets about your past? If you think effort costs, Just wait till you get the bill from regret. Now, you have to strive to be like Alexander, okay? I'm not saying the road is gonna be easy. Nothing is easy, man. I didn't say it was gonna be easy. No job is easy. Everything good is also hard. So, strive to be like him, like the guy we mentioned. All the characteristics. Lastly, if you want your life to change and stop being like Ephialtes we talked about, that betrayed the 300, you can click the first link in the description to join a waiting list for my private community and get a 50% discount for the first 10 people that join. There are gonna be blueprints about the gym, about relationships, how to talk to women, how to get women, one-on-one coaching from me, and a powerful network of people that strive towards the same goal and help each other in the process, plus other things we cannot discuss in YouTube. Having a network like that is all powerful, because think about if you have 2 people watching over you, 2 Spartans, 2 pairs of eyes versus 300 Spartan warriors watching over you. It's better than 1 or 2, it's better if we combine our strength. And finally remember, don't waste time, because time is money.